Hi Flosstube, this is Stephanie, the Ivy House Crafter. It is Monday, April 22nd, and this is my Flosstube number 49. Happy Easter to those who celebrate. It's a day late, but you know, that's okay. We have been having some fun spring weather. Some days it's really warm, and some days it's overcast. Yesterday we had a major hailstorm. I mean, not major, but it was pounding down for a while. And today it's pleasant, kind of overcast, but great temperature. So yeah, spring is in full force here in Utah, just doing whatever it wants. Dad joke. Where did I put that? Today's dad joke. Yesterday I ate a clock. It was rather time consuming, especially when I went back for seconds. But shh. Okay. I did not get a lot of stitching done last week. I was busy with other things. Last Thursday we had a craft night with the ladies in our church congregation. Instead of everybody bringing their own crafts, this time it was a specific craft that we went and did. We painted flower pots. And for those that were so inclined, there were flowers there that could be potted, but I tend to kill plants. Not on purpose, I'm just not good at keeping plants alive. I think I have like 1 or 2 succulents that I've managed to keep alive for a while. I have a pothos that is notoriously difficult to kill, and that's stuck with me for years, and I appreciate it very much for not dying. But anyway, I chose not to plant anything in my flower pot. But I will show that. Here it is. Some people did like polka dots or more random stuff, but I thought it would be fun to do flowers. So I have the green at the base for the dirt. I have, did I say green or brown? Because I meant brown, obviously. I have green for the grass and the stems, and I have flowers and butterflies and then clouds up at the top, and I just did a white on the inside. Anyway, I'm probably going to just glue the pot to the base and use this to hold like pens or cross-stitch supplies, crafty things. I haven't decided yet. I'm probably not going to plant any flowers in it because they would not last. And then I would have gotten this lovely little pot all dirty for no reason. Anyway, so that was Thursday. Another thing that was consuming a lot of my time was hula hooping. You probably recall last week's video where I included a clip of my hula hooping, and if you didn't see last week's and you're interested, it's the last like 3 minutes of the video from last week. Thank you to everybody who commented and let me know how impressive you found it and how awesome it was. That was a huge boost in self-confidence for me because I was really nervous about putting the clip in. I'm still rather a beginner as far as hoop dancing, and felt really awkward and, to be honest, not super attractive while I was doing the hooping and when I watched my video back. But you guys just made me feel so awesome. Everybody saying how awesome my hooping was. So thank you to everybody who left a comment and made me feel special, and yeah, that was was nice. I'm not going to make hooping videos a regular thing at this point, so I think I'll add like snippets here and there periodically, but you know that this is my cross stitch channel, so I'll focus still mainly on that. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and show the little bit of cross stitch that I did get done. I only stitched 2 days this week. Really did not do a lot of stitching. So one of those days I worked on my dolphin sketch piece. Again, this is a picture that I drew and uploaded it and put it on Pick to Pat, and it churned out a pattern, and I'm stitching it. Still working on the background of the third page. It's technically page 6 because Pick to Pat, it starts down at the bottom left hand corner and then goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. So I have pages 1 and 5, and I'm working on page 6. But I call it the third page because it's the third page that I'm working on, and that's how it makes sense to me, obviously. So, just a little bit of progress. Filling in. This is so hard to hold up and point at the same time, so I won't bother pointing, but I'm filling in these background colors, and once that's all done, then I'll do the confetti heavy back of the dolphin. That will be down here. That'll be cool. But yeah, just worked on this for a few hours. I don't remember what day it was. It was earlier this past week. So yeah, one day on that. And then I went a few days without stitching. Not on purpose, it didn't happen. Most weeks I'm able and eager and willing to stitch at least a little bit every day. And I wasn't feeling it this week. I don't know. Part of it was being busy with hooping and knitting, which I'll show later, and a little bit of sewing. Part of it is, I mean, I've been open about the fact that I have depression, and sometimes it's a really big struggle for me. I mean, it's always there. It affects everything I do, and sometimes it affects it more than others. And so it was hard to get, excuse me, get motivation to do things this week. And when I did, I wanted to be hooping or knitting and not cross stitching. So, but I did what I could. So, yesterday I was like, you know, I have my Flosstube to film tomorrow, and I've only worked on one bit of cross stitch, and it's not even that much, so I need to get something else out and put in at least a few stitches just to have something else to show. So I pulled out Minecraft ABCs by Happy Cupcake Creation, and I will link this pattern below. It's a freebie, and it's cute. I don't do Minecraft. My kids are obsessed with it. And so I'm stitching this for them. It's a fun piece. The colors are bright, and each motif is like, you know, just a handful of stitches in each color, and then you switch to something else, and it's done really quickly. I should be done with this pattern by now. I really should, except that I almost never work on it. But when I do, it's fun. So yesterday I added the hoe and the ink sac. I didn't feel like doing any letters, so I didn't put in H and I yet. I'll I'll put those in later. And every time I get this out, ever since I put the creeper in, I kind of struggle because I can't see his face, like his eyes and mouth. So I think the next time I do get out 310, the black, I'll just take a strand of it and outline the mouth and eyes on that creeper, because I just can't see his expression and it bugs me. I don't play Minecraft, but I know what a creeper's supposed to look like. Anyway, that was a lot of blabbering. So, Minecraft ABCs, worked on that just a little bit last night. That's all my cross-stitching for this week. I pulled out my knitting, and I actually did a great deal more knitting than cross-stitching this week. That's usually not the case, but I was feeling the knitting this week more than the cross-stitching. So this is the, I don't have a printout for this, but this is the June Bunnies shawl, and it's worked top down, and so it ends up looking really weird and saggy and funny looking until you bind off, basically. But I'll kind of pull it out as I can. I was up here last time. I had stitched this far, and so since the last time I showed this, I have added this portion of lace insert and several more rows of stockinette. Let me kind of get the lace inset to stretch a bit so you can see it better. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a somewhat basic looking inset, but I really have to keep track of counting and really pay attention to what I'm doing while I'm stitching it, which is what I wanted. You know, I wanted something that's like no more than intermediate, that's relatively basic, but that wasn't just garter stitch or just stockinette stitch, something to challenge me just a little bit. And this is perfect for that. Even in the stockinette sections, I have to keep track of where I am so that I can make sure to add the increase in the center that goes all the way down the scarf, or the shawl. So this will be the top center. This is where I started the stitching and have just worked out from there. Anyway, so that's June Bunny shawl. It's kind of funny when I work on it, when I pull it out to work on it, I always look at it and think, man, this just looks like a really saggy adult diaper. Doesn't it? It looks weird. That's just the nature of this type of pattern, is that it curls under and looks saggy. But it will be really cool when it's done, and I'll be linking that pattern down below as well. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I'm having fun with it. It's a good pattern. Okay, so that was my cross stitching, my hooping, my knitting, my flower pot painting. The other thing that I worked on this week, I have been making Ort pouches, and I completed, that does not seem like much, I completed 4. There are many others in various states of completion, but these 4 are fully finished. So the first is this colorful chevron zigzaggy pouch, and you open it up and it's got this fun polka dot on the inside. As I was stitching the sides on this one, hand stitching these side seams here, I realized I cannot keep doing the the hand stitching. I mean, it's okay if it's one or two, or if it's spread out, or basically the hand stitching is okay in very small amounts every once in a while. But if I want to make Ort pouches to sell and have an inventory of Ort pouches available, I can't keep doing that to my fingers. It hurts my fingers. I have not the greatest skin on my fingers. They get really dry. The skin peels. That it's sensitive. Cross stitching is okay because the needle goes right through the fabric. This, when I'm stitching this, I'm going through 4 layers of fabric as well as interfacing, and it's really hard on my fingers. So I had to figure out a way to machine sew the sides, and this is the result. It's barely even noticeable. By the way, next Ort pouch, blue with flowers, very pretty, and it's got this cool geometric argyle on the inside. But these side seams are machine sewed, and it's barely even noticeable. It affects the shape very little. It'll still hold everything that it would with the hand sewed seams, and in this way I'll be able to make more Ort pouches without damaging the skin on my hands and without the pain that is involved in the hand sewing. So I will not be hand sewing the sides of these Ort pouches anymore, but I will still be making them, and they're so much fun, and they're really great for, you can just like toss them in your project bag. You can keep one with each project. They're good for traveling because they fold up, and if you don't need them for Orts, you can keep a pair of scissors and a needle minder and a threader in here, you know. So these are the other two. I have anchors and life vests or life preservers. So it's like a nautical theme, and then green with white stars on the inside. And colorful stars with bright orange and white polka dots on the inside. Lots of fun bright colors in this batch. And I have, I think 8 more that I just need to sew the sides up. And then, I didn't count, a pile more that still need to be, that are just fabric with the interfacing ironed on, and so they're still pretty much start to finish. But so I'll be listing these 4. I still have, from the last time I made and listed a bunch, I still have these 2 are both still available. And then just as I complete Ort pouches, I will list them in my Etsy shop. So if you're interested in Ort pouches, go check them out. They're cute, they're fun, and everybody's doing it. You know you want to. Just kidding. Okay. Still haven't made the project bags that I keep saying that I'm going to make. And yeah, I need to get that done. Mania is really close, and I still need new project bags for the projects I'm going to be starting. That reminds me, a relatively new, well, yeah, a pretty new Flosstuber created to create BH, and I will link her below. She had a giveaway, and I was the lucky winner of a project bag that she made. Here's the back. See, it's such a sweet small project bag. And it's a vinyl front. And it came with this cute little laminated card that she created. And a larger one too. With a little note taped on. And this cute little spring whirligig pattern from Heart and Hand. So that's a cute pattern. I mean, that little bunny with those super long legs, that is so funny and cute. And here's the bag empty. So that's one less bag that I have to make for myself. Anyway, sweet bag. And Betty of Created to Create is she's a sweetheart and likes to do mixed media. She last week or the week before put up a video of her creating a mixed media piece with sort of as an FFO of one of her cross stitch pieces, and it was really neat to watch. And yeah, she's very creative and very sweet, and so go check her out and follow her if you want to. Yeah, that is everything that I have. I will see you next week, hopefully with lots more stitching to show, and have a great stitchy week, everybody. Happy stitching. Bye.